there! It is Friday, April 27th, 2018. We have to talk about planned work for the subways here in Queens, and unfortunately I have to talk about the Long Island Railroad. A couple of the lines here that go into Queens are going to be affected too as well. This is for the weekend, starting most of these projects tonight, and will be lasting until Monday morning, April 30th. How much longer is this madness going to continue? It's like every week I have to keep talking about how there's no M train service on the weekends lately. Starting tonight and going into Monday, there will be no M train service between Essex Street and Forest Hills 71st Avenue. If you need service to Court Square 23rd Street, please use the E line from Forest Hills 71st Avenue or by transferring at Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue. You can transfer using the R line if you're along any R train station, as an example, and you are used to taking the M to Court Square. If you are along that line, you can go to Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue. It's an express train on the E, stopping at Queensboro Plaza, and then the next stop will be Court Square 23rd Street, the last stop in Queens, of course. This is not going to affect the R. I'm just going to say that now. I don't need to get into it. It's like every week I have to talk about it. It gets really irritating. And if you live along the M of the R line, I feel your pain that you can't get service that frequent because you're so used to taking the M line. Just a heads up for M line riders: if you need 6th Avenue stations, please take the F train. I didn't put that in here. I should have said this weeks ago. If you need to get along 6th Avenue, a couple examples could be 47 50th Street, Rockefeller Center, 42nd Street, Bryant Park, 34th Street, Herald Square. You can access that, same with 23rd Street, 6th Avenue. However, if you need to get to Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street, 5th Avenue, 53rd Street, you can take the E train. So, just wanted to get that out of the way, because I know I forgot to mention it, but that's why I'm talking about it now. So, I'm glad I got that out of my system. I would have felt guilty if I didn't address that. That's been the elephant in the room. I've been noticing the people are complaining to me, well, how am I going to get to those stations? Well, I just helped you. So, you're welcome. Also, one other thing. If you also need service to 14th Street, you need the L train, you can go to 14th Street on the F. You need to go to Washington Square, you can take the E or the F train. If you need service to Broadway Lafayette or the Lancey Street Essex, you can also take the F. But just keep in mind, any other stop in Brooklyn, I'm not going to help you. But I just help people from Queens, so it's better than nothing. Okay, I got that out of my system, but yeah, I'll just leave this here. Our train will be available, so I'll just keep that in mind. Is there any work on the 7 again? Unfortunately, yes. Track replacement starting 12:15 Saturday morning and lasting until 4:30 on the morning of Monday, April 30th. No trains will be between 34th Street, Hudson Yards, and Queensboro Plaza. Service will be available from Flushing Main Street, ending at Queensboro Plaza. You don't want to deal with the 7. Q66 is another alternative. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm only putting that out there. You can use the E, F, N, or W trains to get into the city. For the N or the W train, you can transfer at Queensboro Plaza. If you need the E and the F, you can transfer at 74th Street, Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue Station, and that's how you can get in the city this weekend. Free shuttle buses will be running along 2 routes again. MTA planned ahead. Shuttle bus will run between Hudson Yards and Times Square. M42 is another option to get to Bryant Park, but again, I really wouldn't recommend it. Best way to do it is just walk. And you'll also have shuttle buses between Queensboro Plaza and Ferdinand Boulevard, Jackson Avenue. But again, I'm going to stress this out. If you at all need service to Court Square 23rd Street this weekend, please take the E train. Alright? I'm not going to say it again. It's the last time I'm saying it, alright? 42nd Street Shuttle will be running overnight this weekend to help accommodate as well between Times Square and 42nd Street Grand Central Terminal Station. And just a quick heads up for Queensboro Plaza riders. Queensboro Plaza bound 7 service will be running express from 74th Street Broadway to Queensboro Plaza due to track replacement. This is beginning at 3:45 a.m. tomorrow morning and lasting until 10 o'clock Sunday night. So, therefore, the following stations will be going express. Following stations will be 74th Street Broadway. The train will be going express. It will not be making any stops. I apologize. So, after 74th Street Broadway, you're pretty much screwed. That means if you need any local access, you're not going to be getting any of it. I can't believe I'm actually going to be saying this. If you need service to Woodside, please be advised the Port Washington line will be running hourly this weekend. So if you need to get to Woodside Station at all this weekend, please use the Port Washington branch. It will be available, but it will only be hourly service between 3:45 a.m. Saturday and lasting until Sunday night, 10 p.m. So at least you have a way to get to Woodside. But I can't really help you when it comes to any other stop along. Well, technically, you could take the Q32. Now that I think about it, yeah. If you need service to 69th Street, 61st Street, Woodside, 52nd Street, 46th Street, 40th Street, and 33rd Street, Rawson, please take the Q32. I forgot to mention that. So you do have an option. I apologize. So yeah, that is accessible. You can just get the Q32 at 74th Street, Broadway, and you can do it that way. All right. I didn't think straight. My apologies. E-train plan work. 9:45 p.m. tonight till 5 a.m. Monday morning. Jamaica Center bound E-trains will be skipping Briarwood, Jamaica Van Wyck, and 75th Avenue due to signal modernization. F-train. Same thing with signal modernization, but I'll just leave this Brooklyn information if you want to see it for 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Hope you took a screenshot. Good. 9:45 p.m. tonight, 5 a.m. Monday. Jamaica-bound F trains will be skipping Sutphin Boulevard and Briarwood, Jamaica Van Wyck due to signal modernization. So let's go back here for a sec. Same with the E, same with the F, of course. Trying to go as quick as possible because I know this. I really do want to get to the Long Island Railroad because a lot of problems are going on with the railroad this weekend. I already gave out the Port Washington information. Alright, Q60 can provide alternative service for access to Briarwood, 75th Avenue, and Sutphin Boulevard. F-train stations, Q60 is an alternative. 75th Avenue is also a good walking distance as reasonable from Kew Gardens Union Turnpike or from Forest Hill 71st Avenue via the E, F, or R train. So you do have options. If you want to save money, that's the best way if you don't have a transfer, I guess. Briarwood, Jamaica Van Wyck is accessible from the Q60. It'll drop you right in front of the station. For Sutphin Boulevard, you can take the 60 to Queens Boulevard and Hillside Avenue and walk east on Hillside. It's a few blocks, but it will take you right to Sutphin Boulevard. And again, I'm sorry for talking fast, but again, I want to go to the Long Island Railroad. I'm so antsy because there's so many projects going on this weekend. And train service changes. This here, I'm not gonna, yeah, leave it here. Alright, just counting quietly because I want to make sure people need that information. W trains, extra service. So again, if you need this, take a screenshot. Because again, I don't want to get into the subways that much anymore. I mean, the railroad is so disorganized that I really want to talk about it. Finally, now we're going to talk about the railroad. Yay, good. Alright, so first issue for the Long Island Railroad. Changes on the Ronkonkoma branch to start this Monday, April 30th. Starting April 30th and continuing throughout the end of the summer, most likely the first and second week of September, there will be schedule adjustments on some peak and off-peak Ronkonkoma branch trains to accommodate construction work related to the double track project. Just a quick reminder, Long Island Railroad Service Changes website will be in the description if you're looking for any more specific information. But they have to do the work. I understand why, but I hope people's schedules aren't going to get screwed because of this. Especially the agony of the main line continues, and I have to go into the unfortunate part of it at the very end of this video. No Atlantic Line service overnights. Plus, service will be half-hourly to hourly. The MTA will be doing rail replacement work in East New York. So that means overnight schedules are going to change, and you're going to have hourly service this weekend on the Atlantic Hempstead line. So good luck, because it's going to be rough going between Brooklyn and heading east. And again, I have the MTA Service Changes website, so if you're looking for more specifics, the MTA can help you from there. But I'm just bringing it up because it's about time. You know, it's about time they're addressing the Atlantic Line. I think this is a good thing. They have to do it now. And MTA Prodigy, if you're watching, you mentioned to me before about the Nostrand Avenue station. I'm hoping if the same problem's happening at the East New York station, they will address it at Nostrand Avenue, because knowing you, I know that your normal station is Nostrand, so hopefully they will address that as well. Weekend Huntington Port Jefferson branch service will be reduced. Thankfully, this doesn't impact me, because if I need to take that line this weekend, I will not be impacted. I wrote down a schedule, so I'm not screwed completely. Weekend train service between Huntington and Penn Station will be reduced from half-hourly to hourly, with trains making all local stops from Huntington throughout New Hyde Park. And I am very happy about this, because I have a schedule that I need to follow if my dad's not going to be taking me out to Long Island this weekend. As I'm recording this video, my dad knows about this, and he says most likely he will be taking me out to Long Island this weekend. So he will be driving me out there, it looks like, for the plans I've made with my friends out in the Carl Place, Westbury area this weekend. But if not, I have a plan B. I already have the schedule, so I'm hoping I don't have to resort to plan B. But it looks like plan A is a go for me this weekend, if anybody was asking. Weekend train service between Port Jefferson and Huntington will be reduced from every 90 minutes to every 2 hours. And as an example, I already have this planned out. I wrote a note on my computer in a separate file, so if plan B needs to happen, I am prepared for a plan B between Jamaica and Carl Place. So I'm not worried about that. And thankfully, the walk to Old Country Road, where I'm going to be meeting my friend, will not be that bad, because I don't want to deal with Westbury, and knowing Westbury Station, it's a longer walk. So at least Carl Place can get me to where I need to go. So you want to screenshot this, you can do it now, but boy, there needs to be some TLC for the main line, and there needs to be a lot of TLC for the Hempstead Atlantic branch, that's for sure. That's right, going to Port Washington branch service reduced to hourly. I talked about this because I brought up the 7 train. There's going to be positive train control between Woodside and Bayside. So they've been doing this the past couple of weekends, and they're going to continue it again on the Port Washington branch. Now, this soundbite here is for two reasons. One, for all this chaos, I'm going to have to recommend you take the Babylon branch. Good news, actually, before I play the soundbite. I know it's going to be bad for Ronkonkoma riders, but Long Beach, guess what? There's no work this weekend. That means if you're going to be using the Long Beach branch, there will be train service this weekend. If you don't remember last weekend, there was track work on the Reynolds Channel Bridge, so they, I think, took care of it already, so you will have normal weekend service on the Long Beach branch. Again, please, if you can, if you're going to the city this weekend, I can't believe for this soundbite, two reasons. If you can, please use the Babylon branch this weekend. I know I hate saying that, but remember, this is Nowakowski's fault, and Philip Ng really can't do that many service, what he wants to do until the summer, or at least till the fall, so, yeah, we're all stuck with Nowakowski's mess, and this soundbite for the end of this video just makes it even worse. The G's is coming back between Hicksville and Ronkonkoma. Substitution will be replacing trains between Ronkonkoma and Hicksville due to construction related to the double track project. So again, I'm going to say it again to end the video for the Long Island Railroad. If you can, please take the Babylon branch this weekend. There will be normal half-hour service on the Babylon branch. If you can, I'm going to recommend that. So, there you have it. That's the service changes video for this weekend. Another one's in the books. I really hope there's not going to be another weekend in the future where M-Train service will be suspended. I really hope not, because this is becoming like a CD on repeat mode at this point. I'm getting sick and tired of talking about the same problem with the M-Train every week. And Pine Power, you know, this is the same problem you have to deal with in Long Island. And I'm sorry for recommending everybody using the Babylon branch, but that's the way it is right now until Philip Ng can get his plan into place later this year, it looks like. Because again, this is Nowakowski's fault. Remember that. He cooked up that deal with Amtrak. You can blame him, you can blame Amtrak, right? So that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. Good luck if you're going to be using mass transit this weekend. Hopefully my video has helped you. Till next time, take care.